Hi there, it's Laura here from Get Organized HQ. I'm going to share with you the number one thing you can do to help you get your digital life organized. We talk so much about organizing our spaces and decluttering our spaces. Sometimes we overlook our digital lives, but so many of us have so many things in digital formats that we need to organize. Passwords, files, bookmarks, recipes, photos, all of those things. And if there's one thing you do, I think this will dramatically change your digital life. Before we dive into the one thing that you can do to organize your digital life, we need to talk about a principle that I think we all know, but is easy to overlook, and that is digital clutter is still clutter. So I think it's tempting to think because we don't literally see all of our files and things taking up space or all of our photos taking up space, that it's not really clutter like it would be if you had a bunch of stuff that you could physically see in a room. But imagine that you took all of those things and you actually printed them, like you printed all your photos. Then it would be really clear to see that you have a lot of clutter. It's also tempting. I know that whenever I first started shooting in digital, I was like, this is awesome. I can take so many photos and it doesn't really cost me anything more and I don't have to delete any of them because they don't take up any space. But what happens, as you know, when you do that is over the years you accumulate more and more and more, and then when you want to find something, you've got so much to wade through. So I think we need to understand that digital clutter is still clutter, and the same principle that we would use to declutter a home or a room is still the same principle that we need to use when it comes to all of our digital stuff. So the question is, how do you apply that principle? And there are really a lot of ways, and I go more in depth in my course on exactly how to do this, but there is one thing that I think if you did nothing else, if you just do this one thing, it will be a total game changer. And that is the deleting your photos. Some people call it a daily delete, where each evening, maybe when you go to bed, if you're watching TV, if you're relaxing, you just take out your phone, go through your photos, and delete all the duplicates. You can also do this anytime you're standing in line, if you're waiting in the car at the carpool line, at the doctor, take out your phone and instead of just scrolling Facebook or Instagram, delete those pictures. And don't wait until you're on the computer. Don't wait until you have an hour to sit down and tackle this. Do it on an almost daily basis and it will make such a difference. So for example, most of us, when we take pictures, we might take 20 pictures of the same thing. Here's 20 pictures of my kids. I wanted to get the perfect shot where they were both looking at the camera, and there is no time that I would ever need all 20 of those pictures. So I start with the easiest ones. If somebody's eyes are closed, if they're not looking at the camera, if they're blurry, there is no amount of editing that can fix that, so they're gone. Then I'm left with a certain number of good or decent looking photos, and I want to pare it down to my favorite. If I really, really can't decide, one person looks adorable in this one and one person looks adorable in this one, I'll let myself keep maybe two, but do not keep extras of the same shot, and really pare it down beyond that. So maybe you went to the zoo and you've already pared down all of the duplicates, but do you really need a picture of looking at every single animal? What are you going to do with that? Are you ever going to hang that on your wall? If you were to make a photo book, would you put every animal in that photo book? Think, when would I use this? And then pare it down. Maybe your top 5 animals that you love, that your kids loved, the one that the kid was extra delighted to see, go ahead and pare it down further. And literally, when I say delete, I mean delete. I don't mean put in another folder over here or make a favorites folder. I mean, get rid of it. You never need to see it again. And that alone will make it so much easier when you do anything you need to do, whether you're selecting photos for your wall, whether you're making a scrapbook page that your kid's school asked for, whether you're making your family photo yearbook, you're going to have less photos to choose from, and you're already going to have it pared down to the ones that are your favorites. Now, this is just one of the many tips and advice that I give you in my course that shows you how to organize your entire digital life, from passwords to photos to bookmarks and so on. So if you're interested in that, be sure to click the link down below.